Hello, I'm Chris Hammond, thetrashman.com. I've been following this Project Skydrop for just over a week now. The guy who's been posting the time-lapse videos of the two cameras that are focused on the object all week, or for the past, 10 days or so. Wanted to make a video talking about where we're at tonight. So today's October 1st. It is about 9:30 Central Time right now on the 1st. Just over... 4.5 hours ago, maybe almost 5 hours ago. Looks like someone found the treasure. So found this gold object. See if I can get out of the way. Sitting in the woods somewhere in Massachusetts, and picked it up, walked off. So let's talk about what that means, who that is, what we know, what we don't know, what some of the chaos that's been going on here in the last 4 hours. And to be honest, it's kind of sickening watching some of it because people are just absolutely nuts. But let's get into that as we talk through some of this. So we're talking about Project Skydrop. If you don't know what that is, it's a contest put on by a guy named Jason and Tom, two guys that were doing a treasure hunt, essentially. They've been posting clues online. The clues were available via a shrinking circle, a map, started at a 500-mile diameter, shrinking each day. I think it was down to 35 miles or maybe even less today. Today was day 12 or 13 or something along those lines. By day 21, which would have been October 10th, it would have been down to a foot diameter circle. So the circle's been shrinking. There are a couple of game cameras on the object as it's been sitting in the woods for the past, week and a half, 2 weeks. Those don't really give too much in terms of clues. They've shown wildlife, they've shown trees falling or leaves falling, they've showed rain, etc. It's been hard to decipher clues based off of those, other than maybe they're facing northwest for the main camera. There was a camera up above that was tracking some movement and motion tracking. The camera that was down below was taking a picture every 15 minutes. So those are the photos I've been pulling off their website and automated a script to put them together into a time lapse. So we've seen the sun go up, the sun go down. Never really been able to see the sun. You can see the sunlight through the shadows and the light breaking through the trees of the forest. People have had theories about where it was. People have theories about how to find it. The game founders, Tom and Jason, have been pretty clear that the only clues were the camera shots, the shrinking circle every day. And then if you paid a $20 entry fee, you got clues that were emailed to you, text messaged to you, or sent via Discord every day. And it was a drone shot. So in reverse of the camera or the circle on the map shrinking, the drone shot got higher and higher each day. So you saw first the object, and then the next day was a little bit higher. The day after that, the drone was a little higher. So you started to really see the forest and the canopy and really the scale of the forest in the latest clue that was posted today. There were no other distinguishing marks, objects, landmarks, etc., to try to help track it down. But people were starting to look for those objects to show up in the future drone pictures that were going to get posted. So that was really it in terms of clues. People were looking for poems. People were looking for hints in old videos. People were super stalking Jason. People were looking at his GitHub. I did that. Trying to find clues, trying to find anything. And basically Jason and Tom said there are no other clues. There's no tricks. There's nothing to decipher. There's no riddle. It's these pictures and matching these pictures up to either known locations or satellite photos or whatever you might find that you can use to try to track down the location. So people have been trying to figure out how to do this and really thought it was going to be found quickly over time as more clues or these drone photos were released. I think people started to realize it wasn't going to be found quickly. And to be honest, I don't think the founders expected it to be found until probably day 19 or 20. Who knows? But we are here on October 1st, 9 days before the end of the contest or the potential end of the contest, and it's been found. So let's talk about that and see who that was, what we know, what we don't know, etc. So real quick, switching over here to the project website. Go ahead and shrink my big fat head here. This is projectskydrop.com. There's the intro video here. There is the gold amount for the weight of the object, the potential value based on the price of gold. And then the bounty amount. So the bounty amount was that $20 entry fee of every entry that someone paid in. $10 went into the bounty. $10 went into the founders fund. Now, ultimately, the founders have spent a lot of money building this. They spent $26,000 probably or so on gold. They refined that. They made a sculpture out of it. They got it appraised. They had marketing. They had hosting costs. There's a lot of costs that went into this. They've got 6 or so game cameras that we have been told about too, that we know of, tracking the object or following the object or statically around the object. So there was some investment in time and like 2.5 years of planning going into this. So they got this bounty out there, and basically what the rules were is the first person to find the object, to record a video of them collecting the object and not spilling other people's blood, meaning not injuring someone, taking the object through force or causing bodily harm on other people. If you followed those rules, found the object, post a video online with specific terms, Project Skydrop is the subject, then that person would win this bounty. Now, originally the bounty was going to be these funds in a Bitcoin wallet. Just, I think last night, within 24 or 36 hours ago, they decided not to put it into a Bitcoin wallet. I think there's probably a lot of overhead, a lot of concern around if it's someone who doesn't know how to use crypto, is a Bitcoin wallet going to be a lot of hassle? So they were going to come up with a different way to distribute those funds. We don't know what that was. They said they would announce it. They haven't announced it yet. We'll see where it ends up going. But basically, if they followed all 3 of those rules, don't spill blood, find the object, take a picture of a video of you collecting the object and then posting that video online, then you can win this bounty along with the value of the gold. So we're looking at I can't even do the math in my head right now. Looking at about $110,000, $111,000 in value here if you got the full bounty and the almost $27,000 worth of gold. So I've had the time-lapse video going here for a couple of weeks now, or just a week and a half. But what we had today was this guy. This guy walked up and found the object. Now, if you're watching the time-lapse video, which I'll play here in a minute, you see he actually walks by the object. He turns around and comes back and then picks it up. In his hand, he's got either a piece of paper. I thought it originally was like a rag or something, but it looks like it was probably a paper map of the area where this object was found. Now, we don't 100% know where the object was found, but we'll come back and talk about that here in a minute. So who is this guy? Don't have any flipping idea. He picked up around 5:18 Eastern time. You can see here the timestamp's 5:21 Eastern on this particular camera view. He came in, he picked it up, he looked at it a little bit, and he walked off. And people have said that they talked to him in the parking lot. People say that there's all sorts of theories as to who it was, but at this point, I don't have anything firm as to who it was, how they found it, etc. But let's talk about it. So before I do that, let me go ahead and switch over here, and I'm just going to stick of course, I can't find the window now. Where'd that window go? I was going to play the video of the time lapse, and it is gone. So screw it. Let's just leave this guy up and we'll talk through what's next. So where was the object found? Where was it? We know it was in Massachusetts. The circle that was posted this morning was the first circle out of all the circles that have been posted for the project that I'm aware of that was only in one particular state. Now, previously it covered New Hampshire, covered parts of New Hampshire, parts of Vermont, parts of Connecticut, parts of New York. So as it shrunk, it got smaller and smaller. Today, it finally showed, hey, it's somewhere in Massachusetts. So this guy found it in Massachusetts, probably not too far of a drive from Dover, New Hampshire. I think that's where Jason lives based on kind of the Wired article, the Wired magazine or online website that had an article about the contest. That's where I found out about the contest. So we believe it was somewhere in Massachusetts, not too far from, I think it was Dover, New Hampshire, maybe a couple hour drive, not even really sure. Mentioned that there were rules that they had to follow. They're supposed to record themselves picking up this object and then post a video of that process. Now, if you could take a look at the picture here, this guy doesn't have a camera or a phone in his hand. He doesn't appear to have a GoPro or a camera on his body. So best we can tell right now, he didn't record this. Now the overhead camera caught him, and you can see another motion shot of him squatting down, picking it up. If I go back, this is the daily shot from this particular camera that was posted at 12:01 this afternoon. After that, we don't have another shot on this motion sensitive camera until 5:21 p.m. Again, I think that time's off a little bit. Let me go ahead and pull up the other camera and give you a better shot of what I think was the time. So let me see if I can get that to the right window. So if I go ahead and pull this guy up here, this is the main camera that most people were looking at. It's the camera that was updated every 15 minutes on the websites. This is the one that most people were looking at, trying to decipher where it was facing, which direction, just to help come up with some clues. So this is a shot around noon today. If I quickly pan through here, and I'll move the wrong way, move my head, you can see the object right there. So if I scroll back here, this is a shot that was at 5:15 p.m. Today. And let me see if I can move myself on the video here. No, that's the wrong one. There we go. I'm going to move myself over here to the bottom right. So 5:15 p.m. this evening. You can see October 1st in the timestamp. Object is still there. Next motion shows up is 5:18 and 7 seconds. So about 3 minutes after that 15-minute shot, we see the guy walking. Looks to me like he's walking west based on where I think this camera's pointed. I think it's probably pointed northwest. So he's heading west or just maybe southwest, whatever. He's kind of walking by it. 5:18:08. He stops, turns around. Now, if you look at the timestamp here, so this is at 5:18:08. The next time lapse or the next motion track is 5:19. I don't know what happened in between there. We'll see if Jason gets any additional photos posted. He did say that there appeared to be some photos that didn't get uploaded by his batch script. So looks like there's a gap of just over a minute and a half there where nothing shows up. We'll see if those photos get posted and end up making it online. But it's now 5:19:44, 5:19:45, and you can see at 5:19:46, he's now bending over to pick up the object. So the next screenshot, 4 seconds later, you can see the object is no longer visible. You can see it's in his hands up here probably. And then what we see here on the screen appears to be a map. Now, people have posted in Discord that they think that's probably Wendell. I think it was Wendell in Massachusetts. I haven't looked into the area. I'm not in Massachusetts. I'm out of St. Louis, so I wasn't actually going to be able to look for this myself. That's why I was having fun digitally creating these videos and getting things posted. But it looks like, based on this map and some screenshots people have posted, this is probably Wendell in Massachusetts, a park of some sort. That kind of matches what we believe is a map for the Wendell location that people are posting online. So if we go to the next screenshot, I think I zoomed in a little bit. Let me see if I can go to the next one. So moving on here. Now, there were some issues with the way the video is posted, in that the video actually... not the video, but the still images that were uploaded by Jason's script duplicated for some of them. So we're going from 5:19 and 50 seconds goes to 5:19 and 46. You can see, so it kind of jumps back, and some of the photos got posted. You can kind of see it's almost like he's walking in reverse. So the photos got uploaded to Jason's server in numbered order as they were for the entire process. Somehow they got uploaded again in reverse. So my script picked them up and brought them down in that way. But you can go back here. We'll see we're again at the 5:19 and 50 seconds, 51, 52. At 5:20 and 04 seconds, he walks off, and he's now out of this particular camera. This is camera A, and he won't be seen again in camera A. If we switch back over here to camera B, which was the overhead camera. Again, timestamps are a little off time-wise, a couple of minutes here or there, but this is a similar shot to the shot I stopped at when we first looked at the map. You can see the map's hanging down. The object is in his hand right here. And then the game camera, camera A, is somewhere over here in this direction. So he's kind of pointed at it. Unfortunately, on that previous shot, you can see his crotch is pointed at it. But you can see he's kind of facing the camera at this point. Overhead shot shows us this. Go to the next one. Here he is walking off. 2 more shots as he's walking off. Again, not to be seen. So this was 5:21 and 18 seconds on this camera, 19 seconds, and then that was it. That was the last motion track from the overhead camera that we're going to get of this particular individual walking away with the object. So let me go back to my notes here and just try to keep track of where we're going. So who is he? How did he find it? Where did he find it? What methods did he use? No flipping idea. Until he comes back or shows up online and tells us something, we have no idea what this guy did. We have no idea how he found it. Now, there's all sorts of theories around this. So I'm gonna mention some of them just because they're so damn hilarious. And I'm going to get disgusted with some of them as well. So first thing, there's been a lot of trolling going on in Discord since the object was found. A number of people just screaming that it's a scam, that this was never real. There's never any money. There's no money in the Bitcoin wallet. It's a scam. Jason didn't actually put the object out there. He picked it up himself. He had a friend pick it up. There's all sorts of crazy, wacky theories that have no basis in truth whatsoever. That anyone can decipher at this point. Another theory is a Wired reporter picked it up. He wasn't really blindfolded. He knew where it was. He picked it up. Someone has thrown around that it was a meteorologist from Boston that picked it up, and he found it based on the weather from September 24th. I don't have any idea where that came from, but that's a theory going around. Someone was trying to scam the Discord saying that they were a wife of a father and son duo who found it like 3 or 4 days ago, and they've been camped out waiting to pick it up, and then they went and picked it up today. And if that was the case, why didn't they record the damn thing? You could see from those pictures that we looked through, there was no visible cameras in any way. That doesn't mean he doesn't have a hidden camera somewhere. We'll see. We'll see what shows up online. But no one saw any cameras. It's unlikely that there's video of this unless he had a hidden camera somewhere in his backpack or his shirt, etc. What else was there? The server was hacked. There was a whole discussion. Actually, it wasn't even a discussion. It was just stupid theories being thrown out that the server was vulnerable to cross-site scripting, was vulnerable to SQL injection, and someone hacked it and downloaded files from the server, which gave them the coordinates of the final circle, which allowed them to walk out and find the object. Is that possible? Sure. Anything's possible at this point. Is it likely? Is there any proof in that whatsoever? Not as of yet. Jason's been looking into it. From what I can tell, there's no known proof at this point that the server was hacked. Have people attempted to hack Jason's server over the past 2 weeks? 100%. I guarantee you. I'm a software developer, got a fairly technical background. I wasn't trying to hack a server, but I was trying to find anything I could find to exploit bad code. If I could pass in information to the URL and retrieve the details, unable to do so. Spent a lot of time messing with Jason's server trying to ethically get in and find the coordinates for this. I was unable to. And I'm not an expert hacker by any means, trust me, but I'm definitely a step above the average Joe, and definitely didn't come across anything. Other theories was just flat out fraud. Like, was Jason and Tom, do they exist? Do they have fake accounts on Discord? Are they just doing this to steal money from people? I really don't think they are. Jason, if you go back in Jason's history, he's created a lot of software development, software games. He's created some physical games. He spent a lot of time on this. I really don't think there was any fraud involved. So there's crazy other theories. Discord is just a cesspool tonight. So I'm surprised Jason's responding to people. There's just so much crap being thrown out there. I shot him an email just to say, hey, thanks, man. This was fun. I realize you're getting a lot of crap tonight. People are going way off the deep end. It's the internet. Everyone feels like they're invincible. They can say whatever the hell stupid things they want to say, and that's what's going on in Discord. So I'd encourage Jason, Tom, just stay out of Discord unless you've got anything useful to share. No one's being helpful tonight. Okay, let's go into a couple of the things that have come up from a questions perspective. People are asking where this was. Where was the object? And Jason and Tom haven't shared that yet. And rightfully so, to be honest. There's probably a couple $1,000s worth of game cameras out there that are still mounted, still taking pictures. They had 6 cameras out there that we've been told about, 2 that were posting pictures. So there's still information out there. There's a lot of money out there. And if they post this object, post the location of the object right now, before they have a chance to retrieve those items will probably disappear. Someone will walk off with them. So now, could the gentleman who found this object, take the cameras, tell people where it's at? Absolutely. I would hope they don't, but eventually the founders are going to post some details of where it was, so people could try to figure out how close they were. Everyone wants to know how close they were, how much they missed it by. But for now, it's not available. The other thing, really, but the big thing is, when is this person going to post a video? They may not. This person walked away with almost $27,000 worth of gold. They may not do anything. You may never see him again. Now, let's go back. Let's throw his face back up here and see. Someone may recognize him. I think he looks like a guy that I used to know named Patrick. Now, Patrick's much older now. Somewhere in, I think he was in Philadelphia last time I knew, but I don't think it's this guy Patrick I know. But someone may recognize this guy. Maybe he is a meteorologist from Boston. He hasn't shaved in a few days, so maybe he's been out hunting for this gold object for the past few days. We'll see. Maybe he posts a video. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he creates a Netflix documentary. Who knows? There's all sorts of crazy theories going on out there in terms of who it is, where they got it, how they got it. Oh, sorry. One of the theories I didn't even talk about. I forgot to put it in my notes. There was an aerial, a plane, a little Cessna of some sort, flying around, I think yesterday and today, that was doing obvious mapping runs in the area of the circle. And it probably was in the same area yesterday. So the theory is someone hired a plane from Iowa, flew it out to Massachusetts, and was doing aerial mapping of the area, trying to locate this particular object. Did this guy come from an airport? Who knows? Maybe he did. I actually have tracked planes in the past. I've seen this kind of aerial mapping done previously. I haven't looked into the history of this particular plane. I'd be curious to know, were they out there last week? Were they out there 3 weeks ago? Have they mapped this area before? It's highly plausible that they were just mapping area for some other purpose. There are planes that are mapping the country all the time, flying. They essentially fly a pattern where they go north and they turn around and they go south and they go back and forth many times, and then they land and do whatever they do with their video and their data. So is it possible that there was someone that was actually trying to find this particular object, this treasure hunt? Maybe. Is it possible it was something completely different? Absolutely. Until this gentleman posts something online that's verifiable that is the same person, no one knows. And we're going to wonder, and people are going to think the worst, because that's what apparently people do on Discord. What happens if they don't post the video? According to rules, they don't get the bounty. The bounty is $87,000, whatever that was. So as of right now, it looks like they aren't going to get the bounty. One, doesn't look like he had a camera to take a video, and two, if he did, he hasn't posted it. So we'll see. Maybe he will get it posted and get that bounty. If not, what happens to the money? I don't know. I don't know that Jason and Tom really thought this through enough to figure out what happens to the money if it doesn't happen. Maybe they just pocket it all. I wouldn't fault them. They spend a lot of money, a lot of time going into this. To be honest, a lot of stress and probably abuse that they didn't need to, just from all the crap that's coming up on Discord. So my guess is if they keep that money, they'll use it for something. They'll donate it. They'll turn around, and there's always talk of doing more of this. This is a kind of a first attempt for them. What's the next version of this? Do they do it again somewhere else in the country? Maybe. I don't know, based on the way they're getting treated, if they'll want to do it again. But I would encourage them to. I've had a lot of fun tracking this. I've been, like I said, I posted these videos where I was doing a time lapse. I'm going to do a final time lapse tonight, and post that on my website. So I just want to say thanks to everyone who partook in this. Thanks to Jason and Tom for putting this together. For those of you who were just shitheads, just be better people. Don't be trolls. Be better. Especially on Discord and especially on the internet. Treat other people better. And I'm just talking about the members Discord, not even the general public Discord, which had all sorts of porn and other racist issues, especially over the weekend. So get offline, turn the computer off, go out for a hike, enjoy nature, and hope to see some of you guys in the future outside.